The cryopod hissed open with a cloud of frozen vapor, and Maya's eyes snapped open. Her lungs burned as they dragged in the first breath of recycled air in 200 years. The fluorescent lights above were too bright, the sounds too sharp, and the faces staring down at her were definitely not human. Subject responsive, chittered one of the insectoid aliens, its mandibles clicking rapidly, vital signs stabilizing. Maya's muscles screamed as she sat up, every fiber of her being protesting the sudden return to consciousness. Through the fog of cryo-sickness, she took in her surroundings. A sterile medical bay, equipment she didn't recognize, and at least a dozen alien beings crowded around her pod. Their bioluminescent skin pulsed with what she could only assume was curiosity. Where? Her voice came out as a rasp. Where am I? A tall, slender creature stepped forward, its translator device crackling to life. You are aboard the Nexus research vessel Harmonious Inquiry. I am lead researcher Vexthal. We discovered your colony ship drifting in the Outer Rim. You were the only survivor we could successfully revive. The words hit her like a physical blow. Colony ship, survivor. 200 years, the others? Maya managed, though she already knew the answer. Vexthal's head appendages drooped. I am sorry. The others had been in cryo too long. The systems failed decades ago. Maya closed her eyes, grief threatening to overwhelm her. Everyone she'd known, her fellow colonists, the families, the children, all gone. She was alone, 2 centuries removed from everything she'd ever known, surrounded by aliens in the vast emptiness of space. We have much to learn from you, Vexthal continued, oblivious to her pain. Humans are extinct, according to our records. You are a remarkable find. We will study you, of course, ensure you are comfortable, but study? Maya's eyes snapped open and something dangerous flickered in their depths. I'm not a specimen. Vexthal's translator hesitated. You misunderstand. You will be treated well. Fed, housed. But surely you understand your position. One human among the galactic community of thousands of species. You should be grateful we revived you at all. Maya slowly swung her legs over the side of the pod, ignoring the protests of the medical staff. Her bare feet touched the cold metal floor, and she stood on shaking legs. Even weakened, even disoriented, she stood a full head taller than most of the beings in the room. Grateful, she repeated flatly. That's when Kai arrived. The young alien researcher burst through the medical bay doors, his crystalline features reflecting the light in prismatic patterns. Unlike the others, he'd actually studied human history, had pored over the fragmentary records of Earth and its lost colonies. He knew what humans were capable of. Researcher Vexthal, Kai said urgently. Perhaps we should give the human time to— Silence, apprentice, Vexthal snapped. The human will cooperate. What choice does she have? That was their first mistake. Maya's hand shot out faster than their optical receptors could track, gripping the medical tray beside her pod. In one fluid motion, she bent the supposedly indestructible Durasteel alloy like it was paper, twisting it into a crumpled ball. The room fell silent. That's impossible, Vexthal whispered. Our gravity here is 0.8 standard. You should barely be able to walk after cryo, let alone— You have no idea what humans are capable of, Maya said quietly. And that's your problem. Over the next few days, the crew of the Harmonious Inquiry learned exactly what they'd awakened. Maya's body, forged under Earth's crushing 1G gravity, was extraordinarily powerful in the lighter environment of the ship. What the aliens considered heavy machinery, she lifted with ease. Their security doors, designed to withstand plasma cutters, she forced open with her bare hands when they tried to confine her to quarters for her own safety. But it wasn't just her physical strength that unsettled them. It was her mind. Kai watched from the observation deck as Maya worked through the ship's database, absorbing 200 years of galactic history in a matter of days. While most species in the galactic community had evolved in relatively peaceful ecosystems, humans had clawed their way up from a death world, competing with predators, surviving ice ages, conquering a planet that actively tried to kill them at every turn. She's memorized 17 languages in 3 days, Kai reported to Vexthal. She's solving engineering problems our best technicians have struggled with for years. And yesterday she requested access to our weapon system schematics. Denied, obviously, Vexthal said nervously. She figured them out anyway, from observation. She's been watching the security teams. Vexatal's bioluminescence flickered with alarm. What have we done? The situation came to a head when the ship encountered raiders, a notorious gang of Crex pirates known for their brutality. The Harmonious Inquiry, a research vessel, had minimal defenses. The crew panicked as the pirate ship approached, their distress calls unanswered in the lawless outer rim. Maya found Vexthal cowering in the command center. "Give me access to your systems," she demanded. I cannot authorize. You can die, or you can let me help. Choose." Kai stepped forward, his voice steady despite his fear. "Grant her access, researcher. What do we have to lose?" What happened next became legend among the galactic community. Maya took control of the ship's defensive systems and, using strategies pulled from humanity's violent history, orchestrated a defense that shouldn't have been possible. She rerouted power, created false sensor readings, and turned the research vessel's mining lasers into precision weapons. She even depressurized entire sections of the ship to create tactical advantages, her human physiology able to withstand conditions that would kill most other species. The Crex pirates fled after losing 3 of their boarding craft, their survivors spreading tales of a demon aboard the research vessel, a creature of impossible strength and terrifying intelligence. When it was over, Maya stood in the command center, breathing hard, very much alive. The crew stared at her with a mixture of fear and awe. Vexthal approached her slowly. We apologize. We did not understand." Maya's expression softened slightly. "No, you didn't. But maybe that's not entirely your fault." She looked around at the assembled aliens, seeing their fear. "Humans survived because we had to. We're strong because our world made us strong. We're adaptable because extinction was always one disaster away." Kai stepped forward, his voice respectful. "What will you do now?" Maya smiled, and it was a fierce expression. "First, you're going to stop treating me like a specimen. Then you're going to help me find out what happened to Earth, to humanity, and if there are more humans out there, frozen and forgotten in the dark." Her eyes hardened with determination. "I'm going to find them. And if we refuse?" Vexthal asked, though the question was merely formality. Maya's smile widened. "You already know the answer to that. They did. The galaxy had forgotten what humans were capable of, had relegated them to extinct curiosities in their databases. But Maya was about to remind them. Humanity, even just one human, was a force of nature, adaptable, relentless, and utterly unstoppable. The researchers of the Harmonious Inquiry had woken a human from cryo-sleep, expecting a helpless remnant of a dead species. Instead, they'd unleashed something the galaxy hadn't seen in 2 centuries. Human determination, human strength, and human fury, and across the stars, ancient colony ships drifted in the darkness, their cryopods waiting. Maya wouldn't rest until she found them all. The galaxy, comfortable in its peace, was about to learn an old Earth saying, "Humanity, fuck yeah."